Live. So this video will be on Patreon, and it won't be public on YouTube except for the first few minutes. I'm gonna go through a bunch of stuff. Y'all can start firing away questions as you will. Just waiting for people to file in a little bit. But the main question I really wanted to ask was like the process of the cyber lockdown. I feel like how do you see the cyber lockdown coming? Because I feel like it's inevitable that we have a cyber lockdown. I feel like that's the next possible step, because it doesn't really make sense to go through a whole nother like COVID scam and all that. That was just like the groundwork for the medical tyranny and just getting people more acquainted with massive changes all at once and destroying small businesses, destroying the middle class some more, collapsing the third world some more. COVID kind of already did its job. Like I feel like that whole scam already did what it was supposed to do. It wasn't meant to be turned into another lockdown in the same way, in the same proportions. People would see that coming. So I feel like it only makes sense that they have a cyber lockdown next. So to me, I feel like people. I just want to know what people's their views of how that would look. For me, I'm looking at it like the FDIC doesn't have enough money to cover the next crash. They only got like enough money. It's like $9 trillion in deposits that they're in savings and that the FDIC is supposed to be insuring, but they only have like a few $100 billion in assets, so they can only cover like maybe like 1% or something like that of the, if there was a run on the banks, they couldn't cover. So I feel like if they create a cyber lockdown from a cyber attack, then it could prevent people from having a run on the banks the way they should. It can make people distracted and think that there's some other reason why the financial system is collapsing besides predatory lending and the fractional reserve system and the same bloodlines that have been running the world, or the monetary system, the Pitbulls, the monetary Pitbulls, because they're on a leash controlled by somebody else too. So I feel like it's inevitable that the next thing will be a cyber attack that they use as a pretext to have a cyber lockdown where people can't log into their devices or into their social media or into their bank accounts without entering the biometric system. And from there, I feel like that lockdown will probably go on for like, I don't know, maybe it would be like the same as the COVID. You have like a year or two of, it'll peak out and then it'll be the new normal, where you have a cyber lockdown with biometrics to log into the betaverse or the metaverse. And I think from there, it's off to the races, and we'll have the carbon credit system and the social credit score system. I feel like that's inevitable. So I know a lot of other people have different views about how it's going to go. I just don't see how anything digital will really work going into the future as far as like a competing currency, because it seems like they're just going to keep using crises to clamp down on things. Like I feel like all the crypto is going to be regulated. The way that they can create confidence in the Fed coin is through all the boomers. They're all going to get, and anybody getting Social Security is going to get it on Fed coin. They're all going to get it on the federal crypto. And I think that it would be the same for the people with universal basic income. Anybody that's on food stamps, anybody that's getting welfare of any proportion, they're all going to get it in crypto through the Fed coin, and that's going to prop it up and give it confidence in the system. And then you have this gradual consolidation of the market, as you have the carbon credit system and the social credit score system rolled out. Because, for instance, they want to ban gas stoves. That would further destroy any restaurant industry, because you would have to use all electric stoves, and that would make the energy cost skyrocket. It would make it impractical to be in the restaurant industry. So everything would become more so like delivery based, drone based, like how they got like the McDonald's that there's no employees that work there, it's all machines. Everything will go more in towards that, and then it will be, just a gradual transition from Uber Eats and Grubhub and all that stuff to drones delivering your stuff. So the machines will make it, the machines will deliver it, and then we're going to transition from that to, obviously, I think people just living in the VR. And I was talking to a guy, he was like, man, we're going to sell our data. And that's going to be the new currency. And I was like, it's already pretty much the currency. You're already selling data. You're already selling it through, because DNA is data. So if you're